And we had the moment when 5 of us finished in the top 15. We were so happy. And out of 5 out of 7, I mean, in my opinion, is pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
And I was like, even if we don't win, then I still think that's an amazing job.
No, it is. Coach, you said from the beginning of this interview sitting down, and I truly believe that you believed it, that this team could accomplish this goal.
Mm-hmm.
So as the races are unfolding, the moments are arriving, what's going through your mind just to see these athletes now getting ready for what you set out on the journey to finally get to that point and conceptualize the victory and the championship?
Yeah, it's like, was there with them when they were on the line to go, and I was like, girls, just go get it. Like, today's the day. Show them what you've got. Go get it. And they took off. And then to be there when they came back around, and I was there at the finish line, and it's like to just watch them. And I'm counting runner after runner, and it's like, we've got 5. We've got 5. It's like, oh, my gosh, we've got 5. You know?
Did you know at that exact moment, or was it the reality of, like you just said, the 5, and you're like, wait, 5?
I've got 5 of the 7. Like, wow, you know? And then it's like Catherine had told me her goal for the day was to get a medal, was to be able to see the gator and to get the medal. And when I saw her with that medal, I was like, she did it. Like, we did this. Like, this was the goal. She did it. And I am so incredibly proud of her.
Now, the preparation for this, you guys have talked about, you know, kind of like how that goes. The day of the championship, Catherine, who was the most vocal person? I have a feeling I'm talking to that person. Well, who was the most vocal person trying to get everybody focused to do what you ladies did?
I think I maybe myself, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit,
okay.
yeah. And then I think all the girls that were here last year, they had a big word in helping everybody come together and have a plan for what we were going to maybe accomplish or what we were going to do with our race.
Coach, again, truly to both of you, congratulations. So, Catherine, do you plan on running next year? I think it's a foregone conclusion, but as a professional, I'm supposed to ask the question.
Yes. Well, in high school, I am most definitely probably going to run. I mean, running is just amazing. It's for me, yeah.
What do you think the 7th graders, how do you think they'll do next year?
I think they're going to do amazing. I mean, I think they've learned a lot from all of our coaches, and just having the community will really help them bond.
Coach, there's always the bridge is between, it's kind of crazy. In middle school, you only get it for a few years, but high school, you at least get it. I know the 8th graders, wherever they go, they will be good wherever they go. Mm-hmm. But the 7th graders that are coming back next year, what's encouraging to you about that group?
That they're coming back, that they were open to learn from our 8th graders this year. They just absorbed everything like a sponge. They would ask for help. They accepted the constructive criticism. They were always looking and still looking to improve on themselves for next year.
Catherine, it's that thank yous time. So who would you like to thank?
I would like to thank...
Now, hold on. Before I got to give a caveat. If you say mom and dad, you have to say mom's name and you have to say dad's name. Because nobody knows who that is. So except you and the coach. So would you mind? Go ahead.
I am so thankful for my mom, Ashley Ford, and my dad, Maury Ford, for encouraging me, even if times I was so tired and I didn't want to run. They just made me run, and I'm so thankful for that. And also my friends, they would wake me up and have me run with them, and it was just bonding. And if we walked or stopped running and we were tired, we would all push each other to get back up and run with each other.
Anybody from the coaching staff or anybody?
I would say Miss Slay, definitely. And Miss Perry, the other coach, and all of the other coaches, Coach Jagger, we have Coach Maples, Miss Maples, and I think they're just so supportive of everybody. If you come like in a place that you're not happy with, they're going to say that's amazing. Like even if they think it's not the best, they will encourage you to do better and do amazing.
Coach Slay, I have to give you that same platform. Is there anybody who you feel that deserves a thank you?
Definitely all of our athletes, because we can't do this without them. And their parents. Their parents have been so supportive of our program. Coach Peary, Coach Maples, Coach Jagger. I'm going to say Coach LaForce because he's our main AD, the admin at our school. Also my husband Richard and my son Harley for cooking dinner on the nights that I'm late from practice and putting up with me being up at o'clock in the mornings and listening to the dogs bark when I'm trying to get out the door to go catch the 6 o'clock bus to go to a meet.
So
Yeah.
I absolutely understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is an amazing accomplishment. ACAC middle school champions. It is the Belle Isle Lady Bulls. And I want to just say to anyone out there that if you have listening to Catherine talk, that it's going to be an important thing that if you have a heart of desire and want a building community that will help you grow, look no better than the community that has been established for cross country at Belle Isle. They're building something special there. It is a core of athletes that believe in their coach and the coach that believes in them, and a community that is supportive, win or lose. They just do it winning well. How about that? So at this time, we're going to go ahead and take a break, but this is the OKCPS Coaches Show, presented by Metrotech Technology Centers, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Dental Depot, Bedford Photography, Grenmore Sneaker Boutique, All About Now Photography, Sam's Club, SSM Health, Oklahoma City Community College, Super Prep, Just Burgers, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. When we get back, mental toughness and endurance does continue. The ACAC Boys Champion comes up next. That is the Southeast Spartans. This is the OKCPS Coaches Show on OKC Sports Radio 105.3. We'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Feel the energy in the room. I kind of like that. Presented by Metrotech Technology Centers, TTCU, Federal Credit Union, Dental Depot, Bedford Photography, Grenmore Sneaker Boutique, All About Now Photography, Sam's Club, SSM Health, Oklahoma City Community College, Super Prep, Just Burgers, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. We're going to continue the championship discussion on the sport of endurance, the sport of mental toughness, but now we go into the South Side. The boys cross-country team from Southeast Spartan is also ACAC champions. And I'm joined here at the discussion table. I have freshman Alexis Lacona.
Yeah.
And then I have, of course, junior Christian Alvarez.
Hello.
And, of course, head coach, Mr. John Zaire. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How does it feel to be champions?
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
it feels great.
It feels great.
I expected it though, so.
Okay. All right, Christian, come on with it. So Bethany, do me a favor. You guys get to Bethany for this final meet. Describe to me, paint me the picture of what it was, what it felt like.
Well, once I got off the bus and I felt that it was like chilly, I already knew it was going to be a good race. I love running in the cold weather. Like whenever I don't feel the heat, it keeps my muscles fresh. It feels really good to run in.
You were feeling spry, as they say. So, Alexis, do you agree with that? I mean, so when you get to Bethany, the room, you guys get off the bus, you take a look around. What do you see? How are you feeling about the environment?
Oh, I felt great. I liked how it was windy. I'm a really windy guy.
So you're a windy runner, okay?
Yeah.
So in terms of terrain, is there a particular flavor that you guys like? Do you guys like the ups and downs or the hills, inclines, or what kind of track do you guys like to run?
I really don't mind. As long as this is terrain, I'll do whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For me, I like hills, but not too big ones. I like the mini ones because it helps me to pass people on, especially on the downhills. I use it to my advantage. I attack the hill on top, and then I go down, and I pick up a little bit of speed, and I really prefer like that type of terrain.
So what kind of terrain was Bethany?
It had a big hill, I'm not going to lie.
All right.
It wasn't my favorite, but it was a really good terrain. Nothing that I wasn't used to yet, nothing I couldn't handle, so it was pretty good terrain if I'm going to be honest. I really liked the hill. It wasn't like I hate hills.
Okay, I got you. Alexis, what did you feel about the way Bethany was lined up for this?
I don't know.
I mean, if you just say if whatever they was offering, I was ready to run, that's fine with me.
I really like the hill.
Okay, you like the hill. Okay,
Yeah.
well, your buddy over here. Let me ask you guys this before I bring your coach in here to this discussion. You said you expected this. Mm-hmm. So when the team got together this fall, had a chance to talk to you guys back in Media Day, and I really want to bring that conversation back to the table because there was a lot of confidence then. But coming together and the reality of the season, usually sometimes there's a little bit of a difference. So when you guys got together and the team started to form, what was the moment that you guys knew that everybody got on the same page?
I'd probably say once we got on that start line and we started stretching, everyone looked like focused. We all came in there with a goal. We wanted to win. That's like we came in there prepared, mentally locked in. We done the work, we prepared, and now it's just trying to just put it all together. And I felt like once we got on that starting line and we were like getting warmed up and everything, and I saw the look in their faces, like everyone looked dialed in and like we all just were on the same page. And I feel like that's what really did it for me. Like,
Alexis, you were coming to the team. This is your first year joining this team. So what was that like, the early practices, seeing guys? I mean, you got guys like Christian Alvarez who said, I'll just get out and run just because, but you had to basically get yourself acclimated. It's not that you were intimidated by running, but just getting acclimated with the team.
It felt hard at the start, but I adapted to them, and they helped me a lot to improve. And
Okay, that's fine. That's a good answer. It doesn't have to be.
Answer, man.
Hey, so Coach, coming to you, it's great. It's interesting that in media days, and you and I talked about this just briefly. That we talked. I said I'm kind of strange. I said I think I'll be seeing you later on, and it's kind of odd, and it's not really a surprise, only because the things that you had talked about this team, what it had done in the past, and going into this season really came to fruition. What was the bonding point that you felt the team had completely bought in? there's sometimes it takes it from the practices, but was there a meet? Was there a particular race or moment that eclipsed that for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, for me, I feel like this moment was actually last track season. The guys that I train, they're with me year round. Like, they train in the off season, so in the winter months where no one else is running and no one else is coaching, right? And so I said, hey, I'm going to show up every day, and whoever shows up, shows up. And it was a group of 4 guys, and they showed up every day, and they showed up during the cold days. We ran in the snow one day, and during that whole track season, I would talk to these group of guys who were the committed guys, and I would say, hey, what we're doing right now is going to pay off during cross season, right? Every PR you get in the mile, in the 2 mile, and the 800 is moving towards cross country. And so we've been thinking about this for a long time. And so it's not like everything we've been doing this season is really a reflection of all of the dedication and the commitment they've had for a long time. So, like, we're looking to the next thing, which is state. And I'm just telling them, I'm saying we got 2 weeks to give it some really, really good effort, good sleep, nutrition, just for 2 weeks, because you guys have been training for 2 years for this. So it's those months, the summer training, it's just all built upon it. And then we came into the season, we were just excited to show off all the things that we had done.
Coach, you have an infectious energy. Did that come from your Mid-America running?
Oh, the
SNU running days?
I think it did. I think it also came with the first time I ever coached, which I assistant coached at Bethany High School when I was at SNU, and just really loved getting to just kind of speak life into the guys that I was coaching there, because they all had it in them, and I felt like one of my skills and talents is bringing that out of them and saying, hey, you can do this, like an encourager of sorts, and just keeping them focused.
Every team, I asked this question of the middle school, but I want to start it with you and let the players respond to after this. Mm-hmm. There's always a story behind every championship. So if you had to say what was the underlying story about this year's team, what would it be?
That's a good question. I think 2 things. The first thing I think of is competing, just being competitors. One of the things that I've been focused on and we've been focused on is trying to, no matter what the circumstance and situation is, you try and beat someone, compete. Running, we can get it complicated, but when you bring it down to its bare essentials, it's just a race. It's you versus someone else, and it's who can get to that line first, who wants it more, it's guts. And so that's one part of it. And the other part is just the focus on growth. And these guys and the whole team does a good job of just like not knowing that it's not linear. It's not like just this, but you're going to have ups and downs. The downs still help with the ups. They still help with the course that we're all making. So like committed to growth and knowing that it's not a straight line, but it's ups and downs.
Christian, what would be, in this case, your chapter of this championship story? What would you call this chapter? And then, what would be written in it?
What I would call this chapter? Probably Don't Leave Me Out, if I'm going to be honest, because I feel like what would be written in it, because no one really expected us at the start of the season, like, oh, they're just another school from the South, and they're not that good. And I feel like we were really the underdog this season. Like, we just put the work in the shadows and everything. And I feel like they always left us out, but whenever it came time to show it, we actually delivered. We delivered. We just showed them why we
Junior chapter, Don't Leave Me Out, underdog.
That's a good one.
Oh, okay, Alexis. So I should have asked you first, because you said you're going, man, now I got to follow that. All right, so what would the chapter be that you would want to call it in this story of this ACAC championship? What would be your chapter, and what would you call it?
I would call it Fresh Start.
Fresh Start?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. What's the details in the Fresh Start chapter?
Because I come from middle school and like I had to improve to get better and win my spot in the varsity team, and I came to compete.
All right. So
Yeah.
when you earned your spot, I love the way you say I earned my spot. So when did you know that you had earned the spot, and how did it feel just to be able to be a part of this special season?
That's a good question. I think I earned my spot after all the training I did with coach and the team, And then when I kept up with the varsity boys, and I would always try my best. And after I won my race in Guthrie, and
Okay.
I
So
PR'd.
so Guthrie was the special note in this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about this. So you had your moment in Guthrie. What's made Guthrie so special? The Guthrie meet.
Before Guthrie, I had a race in Mustang. I did not finish that race. That brought me down a lot, but I kept training. And then in Guthrie, I was able to PR in 1814, my first ever 5K, and I even made varsity with that one race.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Everybody's nodding, so you gave the right answer. Christian, so what was your moment of this season?
My moment this season, I would say the same as him. Guthrie is whenever I really like got my boost of confidence. Like I was really thinking like, hey, I can really do this. Cause I remember starting the race out, and originally the day before I hit my hip, so I was like coming into the race nervous. I was like, I'm not gonna do good. I told my mom to even not come to the race because I was probably gonna do bad. I was just like lowering myself mentally. But once I got into the start line and I did my strides, I was like, hey, I feel pretty good. I shouldn't count myself out. And I started that race, and I thought the guys were going too slow because I was like, I know I'm better than this. If I want to get the school record, then I have to go out faster than this. So I saw a corner because it was pretty boxed in at the start. But I saw that corner, I saw my opportunity, and I took it. And I ended up getting second at the race. My teammate Omar ended up beating me this race. But I still ended up breaking the school record, and this was the first ever time I ran in 16s, and that's what really got my confidence. So
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So you guys talk about having some struggles. You talked about the race before Guthrie. You talked about Guthrie. You came in kind of banged up, if you will. Mental toughness is such a big part about cross country because it's you, and then it's you, then the field. Coach already talked about this, so I'm not going to repeat it. But I guess my question is, how do you guys strengthen each other on a cross-country team? What is it that allows you to pick up your teammate when things are going? You came in banged up. He did not place in the race prior, in the meet prior to. So how do you guys get over that? How does that work?
Well, I heard this quote that if you run with people who are faster than you, then it gives you permission to elaborate yourself higher. And I feel like we're basically like a family. If one eats, then we all eat. And I feel like Omar, he told me this, him seeing me go out quick boosted his mentality, saying that I can do this because we all practice together. We stay as a pack and practice together. And I feel like if we see one of us do something, we know we can as well, and it just boosts ourselves mentally because we can all stick together. We know we can do what the other person can do. So monkey see, monkey do. If he can do that, why can't I?
Okay, so I got to come right back to you, Alexis. Do you agree? Is that the situation that made you stronger in between that? Or what did the guys say to you when you didn't place? You were kind of down on yourself a little bit. How did you get that confidence? They say, how did you get your swagger back?
I think it was the team, yeah. They really motivated me to keep going. Well, after Mustang, they told me that it was okay, that next race I would do good. And in training, I trained harder with the team, and they motivated me to keep going. And that caused me to get my swag back, I think.
Coach John, when you start looking at mental toughness, that's something that you introduce to them and get them prepared for. You give them strategies for doing it. But then at some point, when the team takes on its identity and starts to, use this expression, run on its own,
Yeah.
how does that make you feel, and how do these young men here display that mental toughness that you're trying to instill in the program?
Yeah, I think it gets easier the longer I do it, right? Because then I got older guys on the team that understand the vision. They understand what it means, and they can help instill that. And I always got my messages that I give out to them and the core ideas of the season and meet to meet, the big ideas, the things they need to hear. But when they get it from one another, I think that's when it takes off, right? And so getting confidence from the other guys he trains with, saying, hey, we expect more out of you. We know that you can do more, right? We even were talking about just over there before this interview, we're talking about state and saying that this guy can be the #1 freshman in the state. And Christian was encouraging me, said, you go for it, right? And so it runs itself, that confidence loop that we have. And so, I mean, they just show up every day, they train, so they can get confidence, but confidence is deeper than what we do. It's who we are. And so the identity of the team is that we're going to compete no matter what. We're going to be tough no matter what. It doesn't matter what situation we're in. We're Southeast cross country. And so I think that's special. And I think that, I don't know how many other high school cross country teams are doing what we're doing. I feel like it's pretty special. And so I'm really happy that it's developed how it's developed.
Alexis, take me back to Bethany, if you will, one more time. At what point did the team know that the goal of winning the championship was accomplished?
I think when it started, because we all came out very.
Oh,
very
you've
fast.
got to explain that one. No, you said first race out the gate.
Yeah,
We knew. Okay.
We started fast. We all came out hard, and we the top, and we stayed in that the whole way.
Okay.
And we had a strategy too. If you guys if Christian wants to talk
Come
about
on.
it,
Yeah, come on.
So
we got to spill some. It's
Yeah.
over now. We
Yeah.
can
we
tell
can-
we
we
can tell the
can't
world.
gatekeep.
Yeah.
So our strategy was that my teammate Sebastian, he'll take it out in the lead, and the whole goal was kind of like a game of catch. Like, we would let him go out first mile. We wouldn't let him get too far away from us, but there should be a gap. And then after that first mile, it's time to catch up. Our goal was to catch him and just take the lead and whatever. And Sebastian's goal was to just not let that happen. And I feel like that really motivated me. It didn't feel like running. It didn't feel bad. I was smiling during the race. If you look back at the pictures of the post, you can catch a glimpse of me just smiling, because I was actually having fun. It brought me back to my middle school days where I remember why I love the sport, because it's memories like this that make it so much fun. And I just ended up catching Sebastian the second mile, and then
He was the champ.
Yeah.
He won the whole race.
he told me that just go fast, last mile, just let loose.
Rip it. Yeah.
And I remember he was at the last mile point, and I was just like, can I go yet? Can I go yet? And then I just went.
Wow. A strategy like that makes the race not the race. It makes it a fun race between you're competing against yourself at this point.
Training session, really.
So basically,
Yeah.
you've turned it in. Exactly. That's the exact words that should be used. A training session. But in terms of the overall nerves and the overall stress, it's really not if you're just chasing Sebastian. Poor Sebastian.
Nah, he was MVP that day
No,
too.
he was MVP. But in other words, you were the lead, and you were the one who was supposed to be, in essence, catch him.
Yeah.
So I find that interesting. So you guys pretty much had established where you wanted to be in this race. So you have to finish. So it wasn't so much that you got the lead and were in the top spot. It was so much that you had to maintain. So what was the mentality after the first, or overall during the process of winning, that you said, okay, we got to keep going, keep our feet on the floor. It's not time to let up. Once you guys have the high bar, how did that work?
You want to go, Alexis, or you want me to take this one?
I think I'll take it. I'm pretty sure. Okay, what was the question again?
I said I'll take it. No.
No, basically it's like this. You said from the gate you guys had the spot, right? But you still had to finish it. You didn't just didn't establish this, come out with this plan, or execute and then just let up. So what was the mentality as this was all going through the process to get to the end? Because you guys pretty much felt very confident from the initial mark, set, go, if you will. You felt confident, but through that process you had to maintain.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was the training for me.
So just the training.
Yeah.
So in other words, you just went right back to the programming.
Yeah, I felt like I went back to my memories, and I would think how tough the training was, and compared to that, the race wasn't that tough, and I just had to keep going.
Oh, that's good. That's
a good
good.
answer.
That's rich right there. That's
Yeah.
rich, Christian.
What was the question again?
How do you finish?
How do you finish?
Oh, okay. Well, something that really stuck with me mentally was these boys can't hang with me. I was thinking that to myself, if because I was looking at their faces, they were checking their watches, they were looking around, they seemed tired that first mile, and I was thinking that if I'm holding back first mile and they're struggling, what's stopping me from finishing this race in first? So I take out that second mile catching Sebastian. I was like, let's see if they can hang. And second mile comes. I turn around and like didn't fully turn around, but around the corner I look at the glimpse. A gap started to form, and that really made me think like, okay, I'm finna go out this last mile. I'm finna just let it rip. Let's see who keeps up with me. And that last mile hurt. I'm not gonna lie, because I was all alone, and it really brings you to that space in your mind like, don't slow down. Like this is like what wins races. Don't get caught.
Right. Don't get caught.
And I was thinking to myself, like, I just have to push it. If I want to win this race, it's right there for me to take it. I just have to go get it. I worked hard for this. This is what I deserve. I put in the work. I put in the hours. I just have to go eat now.
All right. So, guys, let's just answer the big question in the room. Coach, you had told me back in media days the success of the team. So is this number 2 or is this number 1 for ACAC?
Yeah, for the guys, this is their first ACAC one. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've established that, so how confident are you guys about getting it one again next year?
Oh, 100%.
100%. What will it take? Because you have to reestablish the regiment and keep that same worth ethic in the off season to come, because there's going to be somebody, doesn't matter which team it is going to think, okay, listen, they were good. We can be better. How do you guys rise to the occasion in that?
Well, a good mentality that we keep, like at the start of the season, we were confident coming off a track season, but it's a new season. We haven't won anything yet, and we're going to stay hungry. And I feel like that's really going to push us to win, because that's what our biggest strength is. We stay hungry. We're never satisfied. Like, I was happy with my win, but I was just thinking about, like, what do I got to do next to improve to get ready for the biggest race of all, like regional, state. What can I get ready to, like, keep this hunger? Because I never want to be satisfied. Because once I get comfortable and satisfied, that's when someone can overcome and then come catch me out of nowhere.
I like the term that you use, stay hungry, because to me that establishes something that you still have to get ready for. Being full in this situation in a sport is never a good thing. Never a good thing. Alexis, someone you'd like to thank. And if I have one rule, if you say mom and dad, you gotta say their name.
I'd like to thank my dad and my mom. They're over there, Anna and Anthony.
Okay, that's a good answer. That means you get a ride home. Mom, and what was the other name?
Anthony.
Okay, Anthony. All right. I just want to make sure I get it. So I want to give that. Anyone else you want to thank?
Yeah, for sure, Coach there.
Yeah, that's a good answer. It's a good answer. Since you're just a freshman, that keeps you.
That keeps my spot.
Yes, Christian, you.
Well, I got 3 people I want to thank. First of all, my mom, Julia Espino. I feel like, even during my dippiest moments, like, I was telling her that, because there was moments where I was discouraged, and I was telling her, like, maybe running isn't for me. But she told me to keep my head in there, and that I have had an amazing season, and that she just kept me up. The second person I want to thank is obviously Coach Zare. He was always, like, there for me. Like, he saw potential in me that, like, I belong here, and, like, he always pushed me to be my best. And the last person I want to thank is my Savior, Jesus Christ, because I feel like I'm nothing without him, and, like, he has helped me again on my lowest moments, like my faith, and it just feels like he has helped me out a lot. Like, nothing I have done is possible without him.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Zare.
Oh yeah, thanks. Oh man, there's a countless
I
list
know.
of people
we've tried this before, so it's whoever you can get me.
Yeah, I mean, first, the same answer as him. My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and how Jesus has been a rock in my life over the ups and downs, has been everything to me. Coaching can sometimes feel isolating, and so I mean, Jesus is always there for me. My Lord gives me the confidence to do anything, and to know that I have him by my side. And then my parents, they go to my meets, so Narcy's there, Robert's there, they go, and they talk to the kids and stuff. They know them, and like it means a lot to me. And then the community, I've seen more parents come to meets this year than any year before, and I think that's something that I want to grow and make special. Is that these guys work their butts off. They deserve the whole city to really be behind them, right? Like, deserve everybody to be behind them. What they're doing is special. So it's really cool to see more Southeast families, parents going to these meets, supporting these guys and all that they do. So big shout out to them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ACAC boys cross-country champion, the Southeast Spartans. Let's give them a round of applause. The definition of hard work meets opportunity. These gentlemen exemplify that, and they will run right past you at the next given opportunity. This is the OKCPS Coaches Show, brought to you by Metro Tech Technology Centers, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Dental Depot, Bedford Photography, Granmore Sneaker Boutique, All About Now Photography, Sam's Club, SSM Health, Oklahoma City Community College, Super Prep, Just Burgers, and of course Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. The next Coaches Show will be on November 3rd, so make sure you tune in and join us for that. Thursday night on PPBC TV, you can tune in for 2 football matches coming up, or actually 3 football matches on PPBC TV this week. Thursday night is Putnam City West versus U.S. Grant. Friday night is Bishop McGinnis versus Southeast, and then also Millwood versus Chisholm. That's all coming up this week on PPBC TV. Next, for those listening on the radio, it's Monday Night Football as Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head to Detroit to face Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions on a showdown on Monday Night Football on OKC Sports Radio. I am Maurice Prince. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Enjoy your sports evening.
Injuries don't wait for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.